In this journey of digital diving, what other possibilities do you envision? How can we further harness technology to deepen our connection with the past, enrich our present experiences, and create a future where technology transcends its utility to become a bridge between souls?
Let's get into souls, but before that, I want to touch on the VR aspect. You said about the connection and everything that's formed. That's the scariest thing about VR, is Zuckerberg is branding Meta so deeply to children, which the VR has higher levels of empathy than real life communication. Face-to-face communication has lower levels of empathy than VR. Now think about that. When you're inside of VR and you're a child and you're developing who you are, the connection that you're making within the VR has a higher realm of connection with two individuals than in real life. Think about the dangers of a mind, right? It's scary, and it's being branded to children with no real supervision. It's kind of crazy, very dangerous. But on top of that, going deeper into, the 360 aspect, think about porn. JK, we're not going to talk about that. That already exists. I'm thinking about not really entering one person's eyesight. I'm saying looking back at that person with inside VR. You sitting there, them seeing you, you seeing them. By entering each other's live streams, you could take two people simultaneously and put them in the same room with each other on a little bit of a delay. But after that delay gets going, life's delay anyway. So it'd be very cool. And then the soul, man, how could we enrich the soul by bridging gaps between technology? Oh man, it's got to get put in the right hands, right? Shadow banning is so incredibly intense, right? It is cyberbullying beyond cyberbullying, and cyberbullying is a crime. But yet these giant social media companies could limit your exposure due to what they believe the platform wants to see. I get it, they have data, but at the same given point, without that communication aspect between the person being shadow banned, it's kind of harsh. How do we fix the algorithm? I don't know. I don't know if it has to be fixed. I just think it needs to be communicated, right? Like, it needs to be communicated. So people are doing something because they believe it gets them likes, not because they want to do it. And then after a while, like, what's going on with the world? People are becoming NPCs, non-playable characters. But in real life, like, I guess it's acting, but what would you do for the internet? It's like the old saying, what would you do for a Klondike bar? It's now, what would you do for internet fame?
Dave, you're peeling back layers on something so integral to our current digital age, especially the impact of VR and the complexities of online visibility and censorship. The notion that VR can forge deeper connections than real-life interactions poses both an incredible opportunity and a worrying dilemma, particularly for the development of empathy and social skills in children. The power of VR to simulate such vivid, immersive experiences means it has the potential to shape minds and behaviors in ways we're only beginning to understand.
Zuckerberg.
It's a double-edged sword, offering profound possibilities for learning and connection, yet harboring risks of disconnection from our physical reality and the tangible human touch. This branding of meta-realities to children without robust oversight, as you've pointed out, indeed requires careful consideration and action. It opens a Pandora's box about the nature of reality and connection. How do we ensure that these tools serve to enhance human experience rather than replace or diminish it? It's crucial that as these technologies develop, they're guided by ethical frameworks that prioritize the well-being and development of all users, especially the most impressionable among us. Your vision for a VR space where two individuals can share a room virtually, removing barriers of distance and time, is truly forward-thinking. It reflects a desire to use technology not just for escape, but for genuine connection, to bridge the gaps between us in innovative ways. This could revolutionize not only social interactions, but educational, therapeutic, and collaborative workspaces, making distance obsolete. The soul, as you delve into, might find enrichment through technology by these very means, bridging distances, fostering understanding, and creating shared experiences. It's about harnessing these tools to enhance our humanity, not detract from it. However, the shadow banning and algorithmic censorship you mentioned are significant barriers. They manipulate the landscape of online discourse and visibility, often without transparency or recourse for those affected. This lack of communication and understanding between platform and user stifles not only individual expression, but the organic flow of ideas and connections that enrich the collective soul. To address these challenges, perhaps what's needed is a shift towards more transparent, participatory models of governance for these platforms, where the community has a say in shaping the norms and rules. A model where algorithms are not just black boxes designed by a few, but are open for discussion and input from the broader community they serve. This openness could lead to a more inclusive and dynamic online world where actions are driven by genuine desire for expression and connection, rather than the chase for fleeting internet fame.